Greetings, grasshoppers. Hey, this is your RJ from Black Belt Bots, and I'm going to talk today about something very, very important. Before I do, I just want to say the title of this particular live stream. Hold on, please. Oh, right then. Very good. I I left the sound on in the background. It happens. Anyway, today I'm talking about bots with personality, chatbots with personality. Some of you may be wondering, what is it? What is it that she's talking about at all? Chatbots are a form of communication that lets businesses interact with potential clients and clients through Messenger. That's what a chatbot is. And a chatbot with personality is something that makes people want to keep coming back and talking to that thing that they know is a bot. And so if you've never met a chatbot with personality, I invite you. It's the first link in the comments. I placed a link to my own chatbot in there, the Black Belt bot, obviously. And go ahead and click that link. If you have never experienced a bot before, if you've never seen what one does, if you want to meet one with some personality, click that link. You'll like it. Anyway, so why is it important that your chatbot have personality? Let me tell you. Do you ever wake up in the morning and think, today I want to dial into a customer service line and hear automated responses to all of my issues? Do you ever opens an obvious blast email and go, boy, I really want to interact with this particular human being? Most people never do. And the reason why is because automated communication usually very impersonal. Usually, it takes. I do read some emails that still come to my box. I read emails that have personality. I feel like I'm connecting with the person who wrote them or the company who wrote them. Those are the only ones that I open because the world is impersonal enough. It's important for your chatbot to have personality because that interaction that you are having with a potential client or with a client is something that bonds you to them. And yeah, you want to be when their messenger buzzes, you want to be the one that they pick up and go, I want to hear what she has to say today. I want to hear what's going on today. You want to be that. So how do you do that? I'm going to share with you 3 best practices today. Now, I have many more in my bag of tricks, but this live stream can only be so long. And so I'm going to share with you 3 of them. And this will certainly get you on the road to creating a chatbot that people will want to come back to. So, the first tip that I have for you today, the first best practice, words. Words, my friends. Use your own. It's really important. It's really important to talk the way that you would talk in a conversation with somebody. This is, you've all heard of content marketing before. Hello, Jen Belts. Wonderful to see you, darling. You've all heard of content marketing before. And content marketing is writing blogs and creating videos like this and creating content that you send out all over the internet. And sometimes people love it, sometimes people share it, sometimes other people pick it up. It's the way that things go viral. That's content marketing. Chatbots are conversation marketing. Marketing through having a conversation with somebody. You're never impersonal in a conversation. You would never start a conversation, with an entire paragraph of stuff about you and never ask about the person that you're talking to. Chatbots, more than ever, it enters you into kind of an arena where what you're dealing with is how to have a conversation with somebody, a personal conversation. Actually, Jen and I were talking about this just yesterday. We were working on her incredibly magnificent bot, and she was giving some samples of how to start a conversation, how to start a particular kind of conversation with someone. And one of the examples she gave start out with the word girl. Why? Because that fits Jen Belt's way of talking. That's, girl, have you heard about this? It's totally Jen Belt. Now, would I use something like that? I would not. I generally start off with grasshopper. That's why. But using your own words, using your own stuff, the things that you say, what do you call people? What do you call friends of yours? That kind of a thing. Those are very important things. Now, if you don't have any of that, if you don't feel like, and many people feel this, that they just don't have enough personality to kind of inject little things like that into it, that's fine. Also think about, use the words that you would use, even if they're not, anything fancy, you would have that now. Anyway, so the words that you use are very important. Use whatever words that you use. If they're bland and boring, don't worry about it. Just use the ones that you would use. Now, I'm going to give you a little example. Your own tone. Yes, my darling. I'm going to show you guys a little example. This is from my own chatbot, the Black Belt bot. And here we go. So, want to introduce this to you. This is just a little tiny bit of my bot. And in it, I kind of make a little, joke. I have had awesome results from Friends with Benefits. And then I have a little photo of me, the wait what, the spitting cereal moment, right? As a reaction. And then I have, benefits like podcasts, live stream, membership groups. That's what you're thinking of, right? Now, I do this in conversation all the time. I love to make people spit their cereal. Not actual cereal, not at me, but you know what I'm saying. That's kind of the reaction that I go for sometimes, just in conversation to see if people are still listening. That's the kind of thing that I write into my bot. I make the kind of jokes that I make. Do you make dad jokes? Put the dad jokes in. Do you have little snappy one-liners? Fantastic. Hey, if you don't want to put a sense of humor in there at all, maybe that doesn't fit what your bot is. That's totally fine. Go right ahead, write in your own language. And do this for me. If you're not quite sure whether it fits you or not, go ahead and check it against somebody. Test it on somebody. Do this thing, because this, and ask them very specifically. Don't just say, hey, test my bot. Say, hey, would you look to this and make sure that it sounds like me? Make sure that it sounds personal and like me. I always test it with folks when I don't know. Another set of eyeballs, baby. It always works for me. So, and also, you also want to have in your words, it's a conversation, not a lecture. When you're writing that content, you want to give that other person a ton of chances for interaction. You don't ever want to go too long without having some sort of interaction from that other party, whether it's pressing a button, whether it's you ask them an open-ended question and they fill in the answer. You want that back and forth, because that's what you don't get with other types of marketing. That's what you don't get with emails. You don't get that back and forth. So, number 2, something that you need for making your bot very personal. Images, darlings. Images. So many images. Listen, I send a ton of images. I send probably every 3 to 5 text messages, I include at least a still image or a GIF. Reason why is because I want to make my bot light and funny and something that people want to return to. Maybe that's not the tone that you're going for, but I suggest a lot of images because you want to break up the text. You do not want to give people a solid wall of text ever. You want to interrupt that. You want to give their eyeballs a rest. You want to give them a little giggle if possible, because that is the way to go. So I'm going to show you an example here. This is what I use. There is one day in Black Belt Bots where we have several questions in a row, and this is me telling people, hang in there, the questions are almost over. I got this image right here. It's from a company called Bitmoji. Go to bitmoji.com, sign up for an account. It's like making a Wii. Make something that looks like you, and then you can use these cartoons in the kind of branded images that you create. Mine are branded. You can see this black belt bots across the top, just like you do on the live stream here. That's the kind of stuff, you want people to know that they're in the right place. Anyway, so I use Bitmoji. There are some businesses that wouldn't fit. Maybe you need to be a little bit more professional looking. That's totally okay. You can also just take pictures with your webcam and use those. It's perfectly fine. And in fact, some people absolutely prefer that. You can also take images on your webcam and then transform them using an app on your phone like Prisma, where you can select a filter and then it will filter it for you. So many options with your images. Use images. Use images of yourself when humanly possible, or use branded images of your company or whatever it will do. You want to create that connection between you and the person that you're trying to talk to. You want to create a sense of familiarity. So I use my own Bitmoji all the time. Works really wonders for me. Has worked wonders for several of my clients. So that's number 2 best practice is images. Number 3 best practice: give people a choice. For the love, give people a choice. Now, when you are sitting across from someone having a conversation, and I use this over and over again, you can use the cocktail party example if you want to. You want to give that person, you want to take their temperature every once in a while. You want to know if that person is interested in what you're talking about or not. What I do in my chatbots is many, many times I will give people what I call a yes-no path. I'll offer to tell them about something, and if they want to hear about it, great. I will send them to, a part of the sequence that tells them all about this new fabulous thing I got going on. If they say no, then I send them down another path that says, all right, thanks for chatting with me today. I'll see you in a couple of days. It's so easy to add those choices in there. What I've come up with is that people love the choose your own adventure path. People who are my biggest fans don't always want to hear about absolutely everything I have going on, honestly. And when you have that little choose your own adventure, then it makes people feel more involved and more in control of the conversation. Do you ever feel in control of the conversation when it's, you and the autoresponder on the phone? Do you ever feel in control of the conversation, in control of what you want to hear about when you're looking at a blast email? I don't. You might. I don't. Anyway, so very good. The yes no path. I want to show you a little screenshot here too. This is a question in Black Belt Bots. We talk a little bit about email and things like that. And I have the branded imagery with a ninja. Ninjas are also part of my brand at the top there. And then I have, do you have an email list? I sure do. I'm building, or nope. And that leads to 3 different paths on my chatbot. I am not going to tell people my statistics on email open rates if they don't have an email list. It's not necessary. They don't care. They don't want to hear about it. I am going to tell you some statistics if you're building a list or if you have a list. I absolutely am. So it lets users personalize their own conversation. That yes no path is so vital to us. Hey, Gail. I love you. Where have you been? We must talk. I've missed you terribly, darling. I know it's Christmas and you have a family, but the New Year is coming, and hopefully some space on your schedule. Anyway, the yes no path. That's the 3rd best practice that I have for you today. It allows people the power of choice. The power of choice is so powerful in this thing, everybody, because it's something that we just haven't had so much before. With emails, they get a little, it gets a little unwieldy sometimes. People want to kind of subscribe you once you subscribe to absolutely everything. In my bot, it absolutely not. You can subscribe to just live stream reminders if you want. You can subscribe to blog updates if you want. You can subscribe to all of these different kinds of things. And if you ever want to be out of that particular subscription, it's super easy to get out. So give people the power of choice. You know you would if you were in a conversation with somebody who was sitting across from you. You would give them the power of choice in the conversation. When somebody's sitting across from you, you have all these nonverbals that you can read. In a bot, you don't have those nonverbals. You can't read those and adjust your conversation accordingly. You have to ask. So ask. Do you want to go down this road with me? And if not, provide a no path and say, super cool, I'll see you in a couple of days. And if it's the yes path, then all the better. You know exactly what this person is interested in. And that gives you power. That gives you power at marketing your small business to know what people are actually interested in and responding to. That's good information. So, anyway, that's kind of our show for today. I want to tell you where to find me. 1 p.m. Central, right here, Black Belt Bots, the Facebook page. I'll be doing a Facebook Live every Tuesday and Thursday, 1 p.m. Central, and I'd be happy to have you at these. If you love the stuff, if you love the show, share the show. You're not gonna lie, it's how we get more people in our circle, and that's awesome stuff. Where also to find me is the Black Belt Bots community. It's a Facebook group. And super easy to find us and join up with us. Learn about how these chatbots are changing the face of marketing. Learn if this is going to be something that's right for your business. Maybe it wouldn't. But would love to have you. Love to have you anytime. And I want to tell you about our upcoming interview on Thursday. It is with the powerful, the fabulous Stacy Spensley. Stacy is going to talk to us about a bot that we started building together in the summertime. We're going to talk about the process of building that bot, what she went through when we were building that bot together, and she's going to talk about the results that is bringing to her business. So can't wait to see you on Thursday, 1 p.m. Central, right here on the Black Belt Bots page. And until then, have a wonderful couple of days, and I will see you soon. Thank you.